Hey guys, I wanted to give you an update on where I am so far on the new CNC lathe that I will be offering soon. This one has a couple unique features, and to begin with, we will start with the headstock. Now, this headstock is not running off of a traditional DC motor. It's running off of a fourth axis stepper motor. Now that is if you follow the wires down, and I have to reroute all these wires, but this is a standalone unit that is not involved with the PC or Mach 3 or anything else. And it does require a stepper driver, but then again, that would be of no useful information to you as an end user. But the point is you do not have to have this connected to Mach 3 to run it. And the other plus to this particular machine is it has a 9-inch x-axis. So you have 9 inches worth of travel. The other feature is you have 3 total inches of swing over the bed. So this is a 30-inch cue on here. And if you're turning stock from squared around, say you have inch and a half stock, and you turn it from squared around, then you still have, even without cutting the corners off, you still have over a half of an inch of play in between there. Now, to move on down, this is a 30-inch cue down to the tailstock. You notice that the tailstock, you loosen up 2 bolts, you slide it wherever you want to, and then you tighten it up accordingly. And you'll notice that there's still plenty of room left over, about 10 inches, 11 inches actually, that you can use for whatever you want. Now, overall, this machine weighs right about 50 pounds, and I am going to change camera positions and give you a demonstration of how it operates. Give me just a moment to change camera positions and I'll show you. Okay, I have relocated. I'm sitting in front of the machine now, and I wanted to give you uh, a demonstration of what I have so far. This machine is almost ready. It's so close, it's ridiculous. Now, I will be demonstrating it using Mach 3 turn for this demonstration. Now, you can use other post processors such as USB, CNC, and a couple other free softwares that are out there. But I choose to use Mach 3. It's just what I'm accustomed to. It's what I'm used to. Now, again, this machine is already set up with a cue in it, and the headstock is complete. The tailstock is complete. You have 9 inches of travel on the x-axis, and behind there, which you probably really can't see, but behind here, as I showed you earlier, you have another 10 inches of free space that you can do what you want to with. Now, down here is the controller. And you'll notice that I have the display here and a dedicated driver here. This, as I mentioned earlier, is not being ran by Mach 3 or any other post processor. It's ran by you alone, and it's for the spindle, or the headstock rather. You do not have to have this connected to Mach 3 or a computer period to turn this spindle or this headstock. Now, when I turn the power switch, and it's got a power switch here, I got a kill switch here, emergency shut off, and then all this stuff is going to be inside the box. The display will be right here. And then, of course, the rest of the stuff, you're not going to see it. But to turn the power switch on, you'll notice that the power switch will light up and this display will turn on. Okay, and that tells me that everything is running, it's operational. And you'll notice on the display, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you have a couple features here. Now, this is for the headstock only, and I have it set right now to go 150 RPM. And that's both clockwise and counterclockwise, because you have both options with this one. You have your clockwise here, you have your counterclockwise here. And each one of these you can set independently. If you want to store the clockwise motion to go at 100 RPM, you just turn it to 100 with the potentiometer and then leave it alone. And then you go to counterclockwise and set it to 100, 200, 500, whatever you want, and just leave it alone. And when you go back to it, it's going to remember where you were, even after you turn the power off. Now, this again is going to be installed in there. Let me get over here. I'm trying to get the potentiometer, well, the controller and the headstock and cue all in one video. Now, you'll notice I'm going to go ahead and hit the clockwise at 150, and you see it turning. It's very quiet. I mean, it's extremely quiet. And then if you stop the counterclockwise at 150 and hit the counterclockwise, it's at 100. So I turned that one down on purpose just to show you. And and the thing is, you're never going to be using a CNC lathe. Now, you're never going to have it running any more than about 150 RPM. In most cases, you're going to have it running probably between 100 to 120 for tapering butts and turning shafts and things like that. Now, also, if you include the Mach 3, you have your Z-axis travel, which this is about how fast you're going to run it when you're tapering or cutting. And then you have your X-axis travel. And then we'll go back to where we began. This is a very solid machine. It really is. Okay, now to show you, I'm going to turn this potentiometer up and you should be able to hear it and visually see it going faster. And that's 200 RPM. And that's 300 RPM. And you can keep going and make it, you can go up to 1,000 RPM with this one. I'm going to turn it back down to the 200 that I was at, actually the 150. And again, this is about where you're going to keep it anyway, up in this 0 to 150 range. But the point is, I want to show you that it can go up to 1,000, although you will never use that. I feel very good about this machine. I hope to have it completed within the next couple of weeks. And once all that's done, I can begin torture testing this bad boy. And if all passes, then I can go ahead and put it in production and offer it to you guys. I'm still working on a price point at this time, but I think we'll get it worked out. Everything so far is going very well. And thank you for watching the video. Leave me some comments if you will. Thanks a lot.